Hello all. In this video, we are going to learn about introduction to rapid manufacturing and the design specifications. So, according to the design specifications in rapid manufacturing, it has sound judgments with wide in-depth coordination among key participants in the process and with test and analysis support when it is appropriate and when it is needed. Although specifications are established to be permanent and inviolate, they should nevertheless be continually reviewed and revalidated during the design process, at least until the design is frozen, to ensure that they continue to reflect the goals and objectives of the project. To establish the design specifications, it is necessary to prepare a list of metrics that reflects the degree to which the product meets the predefined needs. Competitive benchmarking can be used to determine the relationship of the new product to the competitive product. Once the target values are assigned to the selected metrics and the specifications are defined, the next stage, conceptual design, can start. So, state-of-the-art search are of two types. First one is the national level and another one is the international level. According to the design specifications, we have, this is the block diagram. Prepare a list of metrics, benchmarking, value assignment to the metrics, internal, competitive and generic are the design specifications which we have to consider while doing the manufacturing process. Prepare a list of metrics. Customer needs specified in the previous steps are translated into measurable characteristics that will reflect the degree to which the product satisfies the needs or the metrics. The major assumption here is that the translation from customer needs to metrics is possible and each need can be represented by one and only one metrics. Thus, meeting the metrics will lead to customer satisfaction. Theoretically, this assumption is valid, but there are needs that cannot be measured or that are difficult to represent by a single metric. In this case, engineers can make the assumption that satisfying more than one metric will eventually lead to satisfying a certain need up to a acceptable degree. A useful tool that can be used when preparing the metrics list is the needs list metric, in which the rows of the matrix will correspond to the customer's needs and the columns correspond to the metrics. A generic need matrix is illustrated in the next slide, where a mark in a cell in a matrix indicates that the need and the metric associated with the cell are related to each other. So here we have the needs and here we have the metrics. So we are going to prepare a list of metrics. The needs metric matrix will represent the relationship between the needs and metrics and ensure that all the customer needs are considered. So the next heading is the benchmarking. In benchmarking, it is defined as the continual search for the implementation of practices that could provide a competitive edge. Companies differ in the way they implement benchmarking, but it is usually adopted as a corporate strategy used to identify the industry leaders, promote proven techniques and approaches, establish meaningful goals, perform business forecasting, and analyze the overall internal process. Benchmarking can be categorized into three types. One is the internal benchmarking, competitive benchmarking, and the generic benchmarking. So, according to internal benchmarking, in this type of benchmarking, similar activities in various locations, departments, and units are evaluated to gain data accessibility. Competitive benchmarking. This type of benchmarking is concerned with the identification and evaluation of direct competitors to obtain data relevant to the product under investigation and to find comparable processes to gain a competitive edge. Generic benchmarking. The objective here is to evaluate the organizations and their functions that are considered to be the industry standard to achieve procedure standardization. So the next one is value assignment to the metrics. In this step, the design team synthesizes all the information acquired to set actual values for the metrics. To two values are usually assigned to each metric. One is the ideal value, which can be defined as as the optimal value that the design team hopes to accomplish, and the other is the minimum acceptable value, which can be considered as the lower limit that can satisfy the needs. Usually, the design will progress to achieve a metric value between the ideal and the lower limit. This is due to the trade-offs performed throughout the design. So this is a conceptual design and the design specifications in rapid manufacturing. I hope you would have learned from the video. See you in the next video. Until then, it's bye-bye from Radhika.